You needed a century. What does that mean? Why not buy a week's worth at one time? Because you just never know, you know? Like, why buy a week's worth and then you just don't end up drinking, like... And then you've just got all that. You might as well just buy per night. Yeah, no, Cynthia, you guys were great. Definitely miss you guys. Absolutely. You know, there's already been times where we've only been in Florida for a day and a half, and there's already been flashbacks where it's like, you know, certain things we've done, and I'm just sitting there and it's just flashbacks to Hawaii. And I'm like, oh, fuck. It's not one soldier left behind, it's a century. Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha. Florida is very similar to Hawaii in some aspects, but like when it comes down to like nighttime weather, it's definitely a lot nippier here than it is in Hawaii. You know, at night here, I'd say it feels very much like Ontario, whereas in Hawaii, you can still wear shirts and a t-shirt at night. Here, at least at this time of the year, you cannot. And we learned that tonight. Only in winter. Okay. The traffic wasn't awful. We hit a couple spots where it was like, you know, stop and go, but for the most part, it wasn't awful. Top one. We'll see about that, my guy. We'll see about that. Welcome to the big leagues, my friend. I'm just joking, but if you think he's coming top one, you're sadly mistaken. Sun location ETA very soon. Yeah, we are top one in Canada, yes. Well, in the States. Not happening. Je sais, mon ami, je sais. We're back home. Marcy, thank you very much. We appreciate that. Much love. Thank you. Gina, thank you. Haley, I'm so glad you overcame COVID. I'm glad you're feeling better now. Missed you as well. Welcome back. Sounds like a challenge. You guys never back down from a challenge. Ever. Such a Canadian accent. Yeah. Well, I am from Canada. I had to tear down my igloo to come here. It's a very sad moment. Very sad. I'm glad the COVID is... Yeah, I can imagine. It sounds like it hit you pretty hard. Elena, I'm good. How are you? Guys, give me one more minute here and we're going to crush the second one and then it's Shutsy time. Just got COVID, Pam. Absolutely. 10-day quarantine with Alex. You got it. Yeah, Haley, that's a long-ass paper you had to write. 4,000 words or whatever it was. That's a hefty paper. Justin Scott. Honestly, the longest assignment, paper, whatever you want to call it, I've had to do was in high school. And it was for my psychology class. And it was like a 14-page research essay. And it fucking sucked. It sucked so bad. I've never wrote so much bullshit in my life. Because 14 pages, what can you do? You know? All you can do is write bullshit at some point. And it sucked. It really sucked. Oh, Liv, I should have got you to do that then, because that fucking was awful. It's way too much. I mean, like, I can understand it to a certain extent, but I was just like, damn. A high school psychology class, fucking 14-page research essay. I mean, it preps you good for university or college, but, like, my teacher in that certain set of time was an absolute meathead because our actual teacher had some issues going on and she was away, so we had a substitute during that time. So the substitute was who was assigning us and grading us on all this, and it was just a shit show. Just a shit show. But we got it done. We got a good grade on it, and it was good. Never want to do it again, though. No, yeah, Liv. I can't even, like, the substitute was an absolute joke and a half. And, like, I'm not down talking substitutes, but it was like, she should not have been, like, the substitute that we had knew nothing about psychology at all. So, like, that class was almost a write-off because it was like, it was stupid. The summative assessment, the essay, everything was just dumb. Just dumb. What grade? I don't know. I think it was like mid to high 80s. You know, it was still a good grade, but like it wasn't like crazy. Yeah, Sav, I can see where you're coming from there. What did I research? Fuck. I don't even remember. It was somebody's theory, though. It was somebody's theory. You kind of had to go off of... I don't even remember what it was. I could check my Google Drive tomorrow and I could tell you what it is because it's still on there on my student account, but like I don't remember what it actually was. Making me think about having to work on my book tomorrow. Sorry, Becca, I'm sorry. You've got a psych degree. See, like, psychology is a very cool subject, but like when it comes down to like learning like the core of it, if you don't agree with a lot of the theories that you're learning, it's a very tough class to endure. Because it's very theoretical based, at least from what I experienced, and a lot of the shit was very almost not controversial, but it was like I said before, if you don't believe in it, it's a very tough class to endure. But it's super neat, like, you know, when it comes down to like, you know, learning about why humans do certain things that they do, etc. Like it's really cool to learn. But when it comes down to theories, that's where I was like, oh fuck. A theater major, yeah, but I'm just not good in like the drama aspect, you know. I'm not good at like faking emotions or anything like that, and I don't know if that entails anything with that class, but like anything drama related I wasn't really good at. Lots of early, yeah, Wendy, exactly, and that's what you'd learn, at least in high school, you'd learn a lot of early psych theories, and like it's like a lot of them, especially the ones that were very early on, are hard to agree with. I mean, especially in this point in time. So it was like, you know, some classes were harder to endure than others, but all in all, it was still a cool class. It's still very cool to learn about. But your son teaches English and drama. Very nice, very nice. I love theater school. Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I can't say I would make a very good actor, you know. I'm not very good at acting or presenting emotions that I don't actually feel. I also have a degree in English literacy. Very nice. The best with hot professors. My master's in education, all I did. Yeah, no, your master's is a horse of a different color. Like that's like you. That's very different. But good for you. Good for you. I believe you can be good at anything you choose. Honestly, I appreciate that, Liv, and like, I agree with that. But at the same time, you can't force certain things. You know, if it's not your strength, it's not your strength. You can't try and force it to be or to make it what you want to be. But you can definitely, I agree with the statement. Anything you want to do and you put your mind to, you can definitely absolutely smash out of the park with the right mindset and work ethic. 100%. 100%. Play to your strengths. Yeah. You got to know where your strengths are. You got to know where your weaknesses are. But regardless of such, if you're in an area of your weakness, you still have to have confidence. You know, you can't just completely dwell on yourself because that's a weakness. And yeah, some paths are more natural. I agree. Yeah, Pam, exactly. You have to thoroughly enjoy it if you're gonna make it work. You know, you can't just do it because of the money. You can't just do it because of the social hype or anything. If you don't thoroughly enjoy it, you're not going to be successful in it, or you're not going to have the outcome that you thought you were going to have, or the level of happiness that you thought you'd have. You know, that even comes down to like money. You know, some people think, oh, I'll be a hell of a lot happier with more money. That's not true. You know, if you're not happy in the situation you're in currently, and then you inherit money, your problems are only going to amplify and you're not really going to fix anything. You're still going to find yourself in the same situation, whether it's after a week, 2 weeks, you're like, it's going to come back. So you got to figure out your shit where you are currently, make it work, be happy with that, and then everything else just benefits to it, you know? But if you think you're going to be happier because of money or because of the location you're in, you're sadly mistaken, because your problems will follow you regardless of such. God damn it. No, honestly, if he took my number one spot, I wouldn't even be mad because I love that guy. But I'm just saying, game on, buddy. Game on. If you think you're taking number one, I'm sorry. But we're back home now. No, Beth, 100%. And that's where you're truly happy. If you don't go into it solely because of the money and it's something you truly enjoy, then you're winning. It doesn't matter what kind of money you're winning, or making, I'm sorry. You're winning. You can make a fucking $1 million a year, but if you dread work every single day, you're gonna hate your life, and that to me is not a win, you know? I'd rather have a very simple life and make a fraction of that, and if I'm still happy, I'd prefer that any day of the week. Any day of the week. Christine, I appreciate that, and that's very true. That's very true. Thank you. Much love. Much love. I'm doing my dream job as a hairdresser right now, but just diagnosed with carpal tunnel. My mom actually had carpal tunnel as well, and she had the surgery for it, and it helped her a tremendous amount. You know, it's something that'll take you out for a little bit of time, but you know, if the surgery goes well and it's successful, it's definitely something to look into, especially if you love your career. But I definitely check into that before, even changing your mindset, because, it does work. I mean, from what I've known from personal experience. But definitely look into that before you even want to change up, because if you truly love being a hairdresser, I'm sure the surgery will benefit you. Yeah, exactly. Jody, exactly. It's never enough. When it comes into money, the more money you get, the greedier you get. It's human nature, and it just brings trouble. And that's why I've been so adamant on slow progression, even with growth. I'm very content on where we're at. But don't get me wrong, not satisfied. I'd love to keep growing it. We will keep growing it, and we'll keep going. But at the same time, I do appreciate everything that's been here, that you guys have given us, supported us, everything. But I'm not looking for that instant inflation, because that only brings problems, and we're not about that. The progressional growth, that's what I like. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate that. Thank you. Pam. Stabilize, grow, repeat. Exactly. Kimberly, I appreciate that. Thank you. But that comes from certain life experiences, Everybody's got their own path and their own life experience. And that's definitely where I've benefited from. In the most positive way, In the most positive way. You got orange juice? No. I got Bud Lattes, though. Well, one. Did you end up going to Cassie's? We checked it out, but it was pretty dead, so we didn't end up going in. But we checked it out. Team Pepsi or Coke? I'm more of a Coke guy. I mean, I don't really care between the two, but I'll usually pick up a Coke rather than a Pepsi. You don't really see cherry Pepsis, but you can get some cherry Cokes, especially in the States, and I'm for that shit, Well, we got one more shotgun to do before bed, so. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. I'm sorry. Cheers. That was not a good one. Excuse me. Okay, guys, we're gonna call it here. It's 3 in the morning. It's time to go to bed. We'll be back tomorrow, as as usual. Peace out. Sleep well. Enjoy the rest of your night or day, depending on where you're from. Much love, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow. Love you. Bye.